And tonight we begin with new details on a bus full of passengers who may have been exposed to the coronavirus. One has died, another now confirmed positive. That bus stopped at two places here in the valley. Channel 5's Christian Colon live in McAllen at one of those stops. Christian.
Christine, Hidalgo County officials say this trip started in Wisconsin on their way south into northern Mexico as well as South Texas. That's when county officials learned that the people inside that bus could possibly be infected with COVID-19. That's when local officials in the city and the county learned from it. They got together and they intervened and temporarily held those passengers from leaving the McAllen bus station. A bus trip starting nearly 1,300 miles away in Wisconsin. Their destination not released, but officials say one of their stops was the McAllen bus station. But before getting to McAllen, Hidalgo County officials were contacted and warned by Illinois health officials about the bus, that on its way south, one of the passengers collapsed, became unresponsive, and later died. A companion testing positive for COVID-19 and hospitalized. This incident causing several other passengers to be exposed. So once those passengers made their way into McAllen, county and city health officials temporarily held them and checked for COVID-19 symptoms. Many of them agreeing to isolate.
From the onset of the pandemic, we've taken measures, and we've done so in coordination with other transit agencies across the state and across the country. You know, we've followed CDC guidelines, we've followed, recommendations from associations from the transportation industry.
Mario Delgado is the transit director in McAllen. He says he couldn't comment on the incident, but says COVID-19 CDC guidelines are priority with every bus and the facility.
We've required that anybody coming into the facility has to have a face mask or face covering to access the facility, and we've tried to limit the access to the facility to those that really need and depend on our services.
The county did not release the type of bus, but Delgado says all public buses are deep cleaned every hour, while privately owned buses follow their own protocols. Judge Richard Cortez says the community is not in danger, but after the bus left the McAllen bus station and made its way into Cameron County, we spoke to the Cameron County Health Authority, who says they were luckily able to intervene. He says some passengers were Cameron County residents and were told to self-isolate. He says unfortunately infected travelers are probably more common, but they probably don't ever hear from them. That's why he urges people to wear a mask and follow those CDC guidelines. Live in McAllen, Christian Colon, Channel 5 News at 6.